Day is shaping up to be pretty decent, Brooks says, weather-wise. He'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. Right now, though, if you were in a relationship, should you really have a backup plan? There is new research that shows half of all women have a guy on the back burner just in case things go wrong in their current relationship. Physician and national mindful living expert Dr. Romy Mushtaq is here to talk more about that. Dr. Romy, seriously?
Good morning, Tom. I know, and I
Come
feel
on,
like
this sounds positively guy,
doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are married and categorize themselves as happily
Wait a
married.
sec.
They're married.
Happily married women are doing this?
Have a backup plan. Guy, doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are married and categorize themselves as happily
Wait a
married.
sec.
They're married.
Happily married women are doing this?
Have a backup plan. And what is a backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a specific person they've
specific
identified.
person that they've identified, and in most cases it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category.
Get out of town.
Unfortunately, yes. And the problem is social media has just made it too easy to have such a type of behavior.
Right, so I know you're here to say, though,
Yes.
watch out, because this
Absolutely.
is anything but good.
It is. I agree. You know, mindset matters in relationships, Tom. And I tour the country teaching psychologists mindful living and how to apply it to relationships. And what is your mindset telling us if you have a back burner? It's telling us we don't know how to communicate well in a relationship, or when the going gets tough, instead of maybe learning important skills from a professional
Right.
on how to cope with all the ups and downs that always happen in a marriage, we're saying it's okay to run away.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is that shows just a total lack of commitment.
I agree. Well, I don't know if it's a lack of commitment, or is it that people haven't learned the appropriate coping skills? You know, it's a direct projection of how we feel about ourselves if we're not comfortable in a relationship and wanting to run away. We have to be comfortable with the relationship first with ourselves. And if there's a problem in the marriage, there's no shame in getting help from a licensed professional, Tom.
So, and that's where I was going right now.
Mm-hmm.
If there's somebody out there who's watching right now and says, you know what, that's me. I want to change this.
Yes.
What steps should they start taking?
Step one, delete that backup burner plan from your cell phone, Twitter account, Facebook, however you're in connection with them. You know, take the temptation out. Two, find a licensed mental health therapist who specializes in couples therapy. We discuss it at nationalmarriageseminars.com. You can find free advice there and training for professionals on how to cope with such issues.
And honestly, it may not be physical cheating,
Right.
but if this isn't psychological cheating and emotional cheating, it sure is darn
You know,
close.
Tom, you bring up such a great point. And what happens when we're emotionally or psychologically cheating, it's one wrong thing happens in the marriage or a hard time, and it could easily turn into a separation and a divorce.
Absolutely.
And we want to save couples and marriages, right?
And it also, if one wrong thing happens, it goes from maybe social media contact to, hey, let's meet somewhere.
You know,
Like that.
absolutely. I agree. And you know what it is? The grass is always greener on the other side. You're just seeing that person's life on Facebook. You don't know what that backup burner plan is really
Right.
going. Instead, take the time to heal the relationship with yourself and heal the relationship
Yeah,
with your
don't look at
spouse.
that.
That girl is.
Wow. That sort of took me by surprise, but you know, nothing surprises me these days with all the, what do you call it? The women's rights and the social media demon. I did a video about that, you know, some months ago, about the social media demon, right? You know, even these women that are, you know, that call themselves married, right? They're half naked on the social media sites. That's why I don't like them. You know, and we all know, you know, YouTube's a social media site, but it's different, you know, just a bit different. You can see everything on YouTube anyway, but unbelievable. Let's go here first. Let's read this definition. No, first and foremost, giving all praise honor and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, of whom I learn from daily. And a healthy shalom to the brothers that are out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. Also to the Akwath that are doing what? That are doing what they're supposed to be doing and tending to their husbands, right? One husband. So women are hypergamous. And it's just the truth. And that little clip showed you that right there. By the way, the elder Malcolm has sent me that clip. I was I was dumbfounded, especially when she said married women. I was like, wow, man. Woo, hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
All right. The action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. Superior, right? You see, women, they marry up. All right, because they, hey, the brother, beloved brother, Amwan Abad put up a video from one of the brothers from the DC camp, and it was an excellent edification. Hey, go to the brother's channel, be edified. Be edified by him also. But these women are they're up to no good. They are up to no good. The married women, wow, they got what they call them a sneaky link. Oh man, wow, it surprised me. It really did. But nothing should surprise you these days. Here in Babylon, man, everything's turned upside down. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to turn it right side up here soon. Soon come, right? This is Matthew 12 and verse 30. He that is not with me is against me. This is red letters, Yahushua speaking. And he that gathereth not with me scattered abroad. So if you're not with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're against him. And the order is the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushai. The head of Yahushai is Yahweh, and the head of the woman is the man. That's the way it's written. That's the way it's always supposed to be. All right. But see, here in Babylon, up under Esau, Edom, he seeks to change the laws, signs, times, and everything. Right. And our women, they took it hook, line, and sinker. Hypergamous, right? Elder Gabar says it perfect. He brought that out some time back. Oh boy, let's go here. Titus 2 and verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, okay, in patience. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. Behavior. Behave yourself. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things to whom? To the children. You see? That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Not all up on social media. That's why it was created, man. That helped. It helped further the women's rights. I can do bad all by myself. All those things that go on here in Babylon, and it's off. Verse 5. Oh my goodness! Wow. To be chaste, discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. You see? And another scripture said, a silent woman is a gift, and there is nothing much worse than a mind well instructed. I probably butchered that a little bit. Salakia for that. Verse 6, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine. In what? In doctrine. Showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. And what? And sincerity. Not pussyfooting around, doing the work deceitfully, or not doing the work at all. This is crazy. When I saw that, I was like, wow. So they even got a backup plan, right? But see, that's what they do. That's how they're wired. And if you understand women, that's how they're wired. They gotta have security. All right? They have to have security, and that's what they seek it for. All right? Romans 7 and verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as she liveth, right? But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. But wait a minute. What was it? 50% of them? And it's probably more than that. And she was trying to explain all that away, but that wasn't going to work. 50% of married women, they're not bound by the law of their husband. He's still alive, and they got a back burner, if you will. It's disgusting. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua doesn't take kindly to this. Let's go here. We're going to read this in the NIV, Hebrews 13. That girl is poison. Wow. Whew. Hebrews 13 and verse 4. This is in the NIV right here. Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure. For the Most High would judge the adulterer and the sexually immoral. Okay? You see that? Let's move on down to the KJV. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High power will judge. See? He's going to judge you for that. Having a back burner. You're not bound by the law of your husband. You see? Sirach 26 and verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Hold on, Slakia, let's go back. Unbelievable. Let's go back to verse 6. Slakia for that. All right, Sirach 26 verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all, right? Hey, that goes into that social media thing. Too much liberty to gad abroad. Too much. Way too much. Okay? Now Esau Edom, he's a simp. He'll allow people to straight get down with his woman. And then she'll come home and act like back to the house with the white picket fence and everything's all right. But that, nope, not in my house. I don't think so. Get put to death. We can't really do that. Keep that law either, because, we be up under the prison. But that ain't going to, hey, if that happens here, she got to go. She's got to go. Sirach 26 verse 7, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that hold of her as though he had held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gadder abroad causeth great anger. You see? And she will not cover her own shame. You see, she will not cover her own shame. That's underhanded right there. Okay? I got a backup plan just in case. And nowadays, just in case is if she feels like she just wants to leave. They're not bound by the law. They don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't know the Holy One of Israel. Okay? But everything's going to come right back. Let's keep going. Wow. Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Again, go to social media. Go and see what these women are wearing. And what are they teaching the young ones? The same thing. Everybody walking around in stretch pants. You can see all their shape. Looking men in their eyes. I mean, it's pretty bad. It is. It's pretty bad. We need to get the hell up out of here, man. Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. Too much liberty. Now, I'll type this in right here. I was just wondering, what I was going to find. Let's see how social media affects marriage. And according to Esau Edom, marriage is when you go to the courthouse or somebody says, now you're married and you put a ring on. I don't think so. You know what marriage is. Okay. It's written in the Bible. Blessed is he that readeth, right? Let's see how social media is killing relationships. I don't know. We'll just go to here's NPR. Let's go to one and see what this says. I wasn't really prepared for this. You see, Mike Green. I guess that's Mike Green right there. Remembers back in 2005 when his then wife, asked him to add text messages to their cell phone. Okay, cell phone plan. That was a while back when you had to add text messages. All right, and then and at the beginning, I really didn't even like texting anyway. Green of Manico, I guess Minnesota, had no interest, but his wife went ahead and signed up. You see that? She couldn't stay off of that social media. After that, he says she seemed to text all the time when he'd come home from his evening shift for dinner. When they were cruising the shopping mall, see, she got addicted to it, right? Hypergamy. Actually, one of his buddies asked me if Salakia, getting pop-ups here. Brothers putting up videos. That's a beautiful thing right there. All right. Asked me if it was a big deal that she was texting all these people. Hell yeah. She got over too much liberty. He says, I say no. I trust her. Yeah, okay. Yep. Trust her as far as you can throw her. All right. So why would I even worry? So you know what happened there. See, the Green saw the cell phone bill. He says there were hundreds of texts, list of numbers that meant nothing to him. Over time, there was one number more than any other. You already know where that's going. You know what happened there. She got a sneaky link, right? As they call it. All right. Sirach 9 and verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. And so through thy desire, through thy desire, fall into destruction. You see that? Fall into destruction. Sit not at all. Give no occasion to temptation. Because you know what happens. You got a bunch of women around you, or another man's wife around you all the time. Somebody gonna catch some feelings. And let's just be honest. Okay? And that shit is off, man. It's lucky for the language. But that's off. Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he would kill the both of you. If she didn't cry out, or if she was with it, he's gonna kill the both of you. The adulterer and the adulteress. Both of them. And they deserve it. Social media demon, man. Wow. Proverbs 30 verse 19. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with his maid. You see that right there? A way of a man with his maid. And the word woman goes into what? Servant. That's what it means. Okay? You quick to have these women out here calling themselves queen, and that goes into what? Whore. You see? There's no fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. No understanding. No understanding. Because they're not under the vibration of their husbands. Verse 20. Such is the way, Salakia, of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Just blatantly, I have done no wickedness. Okay? That happens. That happens all the time. Watch over and impute an eye, right? I missed that. Let's keep going here. Salakia, somehow I missed that. That's all right. You get the gist of what's going on here. We'll read this and close that. I wasn't going to make this too long. But that, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said jump all over that one. All right? Hypergamy, right? So everybody remember this story right here. 2 Samuel 11, verse 2. And it came to pass in evening light that David arose from his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. See? And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. Now she knew when he was going to be around. She was picking and choosing, and guess what? She was a married woman. She was picking and choosing. She was trying to marry up. She saw her opportunity and she took it. Let's keep going. She took her opportunity. And David sent to inquire about the woman. And one said, it is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her And she came into him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanliness, and she returned unto her house. Wow. Woo. That's something else. Hypergamous, right? Verse 5. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. She knew what she was doing. It's the same thing to this day. Daily edification. Perfect. I'll check that out right here in a minute. Was that something, homie? That's sort of funny. Anyway, you get the gist of what's going on here. So, hey, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. And, always trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And, oh, boy, that one just got me. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. This place has got to go. It's got to go. Let's go. Let's go. It's got to go. Every chance you get, chant this place down. Disgusting. DTA and Kwame Yasharala, Wa Abai Baba. Boom. Shalom.